Here's a puzzle that gets handed out in quant interviews, and half the fun is watching very smart people attack it the wrong way. Take a ruler, 1 meter long. Now put 10,000 ants on it. Every ant walks at 1 centimeter per second. Some head left, some head right, and nobody tells you which. When 2 ants meet face to face, both of them turn around on the spot and carry on. When an ant reaches an end, it drops off and it is gone. So, how long until the ruler is empty? Not on average. Guaranteed for every arrangement you could hand me. Almost everybody reaches for the collisions first. That is the trap. First, the rules. An ant is a point, no width. Its speed is always 1 centimeter per second, and nothing changes that. A collision changes exactly one thing: direction. 2 ants going the same way never meet. Only head-on pairs ever interact. And keep this one: ants cannot walk through each other, so their order along the ruler is frozen from first second to last. Now the obvious attack. Follow one ant. It meets somebody, turns around, meets somebody else, turns around again. Its path is a zigzag, and it depends on everyone else. So candidates start counting. How many collisions can there be? With 10,000 ants, there are 2 to the power 10,000 direction patterns, a number with about 3,000 digits. None of it is wrong. It is just answering a question nobody asked. Here's why this problem matters well beyond the ruler. It belongs to a family. Once you see the shape, the same move turns up everywhere. Market-making questions, conditioning arguments, half the brain teasers people throw at you. 15 years recruiting in finance taught me exactly what that shape is worth in a room. So I put them all in one book. The Quant Interview Playbook. 281 problems, everyone worked, everyone naming the move instead of just producing a number. Link is in the description. Back to the ruler. Here is the move. Watch 2 ants meet. They touch, and they swap directions. Now run it again, but picture them walking straight through each other, trading name tags as they cross. Frame for frame, they are the same film. And that is allowed because nobody ever labeled the ants. An empty ruler does not care which ant was which. So let us draw the whole thing at once. Position across the bottom, time running upwards. An ant that never turns is a straight line on this picture. And if a bounce is only a relabelling, then the entire diagram is nothing but straight lines crossing each other. 10,000 of them, every single one at the same slope, because every ant always walks at 1 centimeter per second. The bouncing ants have not gone anywhere. A real ant's path is the zigzag that hops from one line to the next at every crossing. But the lines themselves never change. That is the whole solution. We stopped tracking ants and started tracking lines. Now the answer falls out. Take any one of those lines. It walks one way at 1 centimeter per second, and nothing interrupts it. The longest trip it could make is the full 100 centimeters. So after 100 seconds, every line has left the strip, and every line gone means every ant gone. The bound is also tight. 1 ant at the left end, pointing right, takes the whole 100. Be careful about what we actually proved, because this trick has an edge to it. It tells you when, it does not tell you who. 3 ants sitting at 20, 50, and 80. The outer 2 walk right, the middle one walks left. The lines predict exits at 20 seconds, 50 seconds, and 80 seconds. And that is exactly what happens. But follow the real ant that started at 20. It meets the middle one at 35, turns around, and drops off the left end at 50. Its own line, the one that started where it started, left on the right at 80. Same times, different ants. If you do need who, the frozen order rescues you. Ants never cross, so the first one out on the left is the leftmost ant, and the first one out on the right is the rightmost ant. Step back and notice what vanished. 10,000 never showed up in the answer. Neither did the positions or the directions. 100 seconds holds for 10 ants, 10,000 ants, 10 million ants, on any arrangement you like. That is usually the sign you have found the right way to look at something. And the move is not a one-off. Swapping identities at a crossing is the same reflection trick that prices barrier options, counts ballot sequences, and hands you hitting times for random walks. Same idea, wearing different clothes. Find the relabelling, and a hard object turns into an easy one. So what were they really testing? Not whether you can count collisions, whether you can notice that you are tracking the wrong object and then change it. That is a skill, and it can be trained. I have coached hundreds of people through this process, and some of them walked out with the job they have been aiming at for years, paying north of $500,000 a year. What separated them was never raw talent. It was knowing what to work on every day until the first screen. The Quant interview playbook has an 8-week plan and a 12-week plan, laid out day by day, and the rest of the book is the material those days point at. Link is in the description. Pick the plan that fits your calendar and start tomorrow morning. And the next time a problem hands you 10,000 of something, ask what you would have to stop tracking for the 10,000 to disappear.